Right now I'm in the Appalachian Mountains, and for some reason over 300 people have gone missing here, but the stories of how they go missing are what's really strange. And where it gets even weirder is the theories on why so many people go missing.
Have you ever heard about the feral people in the Appalachian Mountains?
Which, if you didn't know, are said to have skinwalkers.
Or cave systems that perfectly line up with where people go missing. I want to figure out why so many people go missing here of all places, and the best place to start is by going over some of the most significant missing cases. So before we get into some of the theories on why so many people go missing, we're gonna go over some of the more famous missing cases. The first one we're starting with is the case of Dennis Martin.
On June 1469, Dennis Martin disappeared off the face of the earth.
The search area has expanded as the days stretch into a full week since the youngster was reported missing.
How could you have so many people looking for a lost boy and not be able to find him? I don't expect we'll ever really know exactly what happened to Dennis Martin.
He went camping on this trail with his family, and the disappearance story is just a little bit weird. So I'm not gonna lie, like, we gotta go like 7 miles that way to get to the exact spot. Okay, so there are a lot of bears out here, but I don't think, and no one seems to think, that this case was caused by a bear for a ton of reasons that we'll go over once we get there. But we did get bear spray in case.
Bro got it holstered.
Boom!
Dude, this is a funny ass fit, hiking fit. Can I trust you with that?
Huh? Yeah.
Like if a bear comes, you're gonna be like on lock with that shit.
Yeah, like.
I've seen videos of it, so I think I know what to do. You're just supposed to act big and make a lot of noise. I just start flexing on the bear. Yeah. We walked about 3 miles into the trail where we got to the first crossroad of the Dennis Martin missing case. So 1.7 miles to the right is the way we're gonna go. That is where Dennis Martin went missing and the whole incident happened. But about 2 miles to the left, which we're not gonna go that way, is where they camped for the night. Nothing actually happened there. They just camped the night, peaceful night.
That wasn't peaceful. That's where they got stalked.
I mean, it's possible. And then they continued on this way. So we ended up hiking for another hour or two, and it was just so much deeper in than I thought it was, but we eventually got to the place where Dennis had gone missing. So up here is Spence Field. I think this is what they're talking about. I'm pretty sure this is it. It says on the map this is Spence Field. It looks like this on the picture though. Shit, maybe they just haven't mowed in a while. This area, it was about a 5.5 mile hike for us. They went other directions and it took them over a day because they camped in other spots, but they eventually get here. This area is called Spence Field. It was a big group. It was a family. There were a bunch of kids, the aunts and uncles, lots of people. What had happened was the kids were, I guess, all together in this area, Spence Field. The kids want to, like, I guess, hide and then surprise the parents to pop out and, I guess, like, scare the parents. Dennis specifically, he hides, it just says behind a bush. So, I mean, I could have been anywhere over here. And so this happens at 4:30 p.m. Basically 4 p.m. right now. So about this time, super bright. The parents come at 4:30. All the kids jump out and scare them. Then, like, immediately, I guess, they notice that Dennis is not there. Last people to see Dennis were Bill and Clyde, which was the father and grandfather. He was last with them and then last seen splitting off from them to go hide. That's the last time he was seen. The grandfather, Clyde Martin, he goes and hikes 9 miles to the nearest park ranger. While the rest of them are searching, they search all the trails around here. Over the next few days, few weeks, this turns into the biggest search of this park's history.
From military special forces, rescue squads, to thousands of volunteers. More than 1,400 people a day saturated the area.
They amassed a whole lot of people, hundreds and hundreds of people. The U.S. Army with big Chinook helicopters.
They cover the search of a 56-mile radius of this spot. That is so much. And that's the general information on the Dennis Martin missing case. But where it gets really strange is when we start to get into the theories of what actually happened, which starts with the most popular theory of a strange old man. Almost nobody sees anything weird, and definitely nobody sees Dennis. There's no sighting of Dennis. The only thing that's weird is the Key family. This is a different family. They hear a really weird scream. They described it like word for word, bar for bar. They said sickening scream. And then they see what they think at first is a bear. And then they realize it's like a really, what's another word for disheveled? Like a really ratchet. They see a really ratchet old man. They notice that he's trying like not to be seen. He's like hiding from people. This is honestly where the feral people theory as a whole gets brought up for just missing people in the Appalachian Mountains is this one man they saw. They never were able to really look into him. One, I don't think they found him, and two, I just think they didn't think it lined up quite well enough with the time and distance away from here. Like, if we saw like some old raggedy man like trying not to be seen walking through the forest and you hear like some scream, I'd be like, what the fuck? There is one more key detail that they see with the old man that is really freaky. They see him carrying something red, like cloth, clothing, something, and Dennis was wearing a red shirt. Before we go to the exact spot where the Key family saw this strange old man, there's a few more little details that are important. The afternoon Dennis disappears, a really bad storm hits.
But the rain not only washed away clues, it made it hard to hear anything.
And so this washes away like any evidence they would potentially have, like tracks. I mean, I think even for dogs, like it would mess up with the scents, like tracking him down by scent. Even after the insanely massive search with professionals, with 1,400 people, nothing was ever found. No clothing, not even a shoe, not a sock, literally nothing was ever found of his. The only like thing that could have possibly been his was what the old guy was carrying. To step away from the actual trail real quick, almost where we're at right now, this point right here, these coordinates, is where the Key family saw this old raggedy ratchet man. So I wanted to go and kind of see the area they did see him. Maybe it will help us figure out what was going on here. A few things I want to mention. Lots of older people in the area. I think it's like, I don't know, where some area retired people move or something. I don't know. They don't know how to drive over here. I think we need to look more closely at older people keeping their license or parked in the middle of the street. I think this is like some scenic route drive that people just like drive through really slow and see stuff.
Where do you see the bear?
Look, right there. Oh my gosh! Did you see that? Oh, we found a bear. I mean, that wasn't like the exact point, it's just this area, so it could have been right here. Oh yeah, because I remember in the notes when we were talking about it, they said they thought it was a bear at first, but then it turned out to be a man. I don't know, in one way it seems even more suspicious, like, because like they saw him from afar, so it's like, what's bro doing deep in these woods?
At first it was like weird, like, oh, what's this random old dude doing in this forest? But then now that I'm seeing like lots of old people and we're in Tennessee, it makes sense. Like
it makes okay. It's I agree with you there. It's not as weird, but like it's still pretty odd. Before we get into some of the more darker conspiracies about this case, I want to say something to lighten the mood, and it's how cool this Cash App card is. I got to fully customize it. I tried to draw my symbol for about an hour and realized I have absolutely terrible handwriting, so I ended up just doing this design. I literally took it to Spirit Halloween to buy some costumes, and I was like flexing the card on the guy that worked there. Probably so jealous. He probably wanted a Cash App card, I bet. He probably wanted mine because mine's so cool and swag. But what makes this card better than just a regular debit card is that Cash App members get exclusive discounts on things like coffee, food, video games. Cash App has also partnered up with music artists like Drake, Kendrick Lamar, Sabrina Carpenter to give you exclusive pre-sale access before the tickets even go live. Unlike this case that we're currently trying to solve and probably not doing the best at it, Cash App is not a mystery. They have no hidden fees, and Cash App might be a better investigator than me because any suspicious charge or anything, they'll instantly, boom, decline the charge and then send you a message. And if you have your card stolen or lost, you can just immediately with one click of a button freeze your card. If you direct deposit at least $300 per month, you can unlock $200 in free overdraft coverage. If you overdraft unexpectedly, there are no hidden fees to worry about. And lastly, guys, for a limited time, new Cash App customers can earn $10 if they use code CASHIN10 in their profile at sign up and send $5 to a friend in 14 days. Terms apply. But back to the theories. Obviously, just lost and exposure is one of the big theories. And then the weather later on would make it even harder. But they did air searches. I mean, with them wearing a brightly colored shirt like red, it would have been likely with how big their search was that they would have at least found him unconscious or something. So I personally would say that one's kind of unlikely. I'm not gonna say it's impossible though. One of the crazier claims, I guess we'll say, is the cave system. This one I think could line up with a lot of missing people. I don't think it lines up with this specific case. Basically, the theory is that if you look at the map of the United States of missing people and then overlay a map of cave systems, they line up shockingly well. This turns out to be one of the biggest theories, which we're gonna look a ton into later. For this specific case, there's no evidence of caves being over here, so it's very unlikely for this. In the many, many years since this has happened, the FBI released their full 133-page document on this case, which goes over everything in chronological order, has like all the details, everything they looked into. 133 pages is insane, bro. I can barely read a singular page of a book. Ethan can't even read. Factual. The Dennis Martin case that we just went over is arguably the most talked about missing case in the Appalachian Mountains, and in my personal opinion, it really seems to point to this feral old man. I could believe that feral people are responsible for some missing cases, but this was just one case. The next case we're gonna go over brings up a lot of new theories for why so many people go missing in the Appalachian Mountains.
October 8th, 1976 is the last time Teresa Lynn Gibson was last seen alive.
They went on a school trip to Andrews Ball at Klingman's Dome. She got ahead of the group coming back and wasn't at the bus at the Dome parking lot.
And today, there are still no clear answers on what exactly happened to her.
Watch children closely keep hiking party together. I wonder if that was put here after, because there's a specific case here we're about to go over that someone vanished like right behind them. Like they were walking as a group and they like looked back 1 second, and there was someone looked back again, they were gone. We're trying to get about half a mile in. That's where they went missing, which is not that far. It's really quiet, other than those birds or whatever the fuck it is.
It's not birds.
What is it then, wise guy? So this is about the area where Trenny Gibson went missing. This is literally known as one of the weirdest and most confusing disappearance cases in the Appalachian Mountains, because it just happened so sudden with like just absolutely nothing, no evidence, nothing. It was October 8th, 1976. They came here for their high school field trip. She was with 38 other students, a bunch of adults, and she was seen multiple times. She was bouncing around from different groups. There were lots of people that witnessed her and were with her at like really near the time where she disappeared. Some students said she was walking a little bit in front of them. Some said she was walking a little bit behind. But basically they said she went around a bend and then just she was gone. Like the people in front, the group in front didn't see her. The group behind didn't see her. No sounds were made, and then when they noticed she was gone and there were absolutely no clues, like they told the park rangers and they started a huge search like immediately. They had helicopters looking, they had tracking dogs looking, and this search lasted for weeks. That's what makes it so crazy. This is one of the quickest times where they started a search right after. But like I feel like you would hear someone with a group, right?
I mean, if they're that far ahead and that far behind, they could have just thought it was something in the forest. Guys see anything suspicious?
Nope, not yet.
All right, let us know.
So her family, they don't think it was a random person that abducted her. They think it was someone in the group. Maybe someone like pushed her or like did something to her. I don't know, yeah, because it wouldn't be possible that someone in the group kidnapped her.
Yeah.
So I think they must be talking about like either hurt her or like pushed her down. 50 years later, there's still been nothing. It's marked as an unresolved official missing case. That's the basic story with the Trenny Gibson case. It's pretty different than the Dennis Martin missing case, and comes with some very different and honestly kind of strange theories. Some people do think because of this area gets really foggy and stuff, like we saw the smoke up there, sometimes it goes through the trails. So some people are saying that could have caused her to fall or also get lost. Maybe she was trying to catch up to the next group, stepped in the wrong way, and then fell.
Did they say it was that foggy?
Then we have the caves theory. Who knows? Like there could be some small entrance to a cave somewhere, and like you fall in and you're like gone. This is interesting.
Oh, it's a hawk.
Oh! What kind of reflex was that? Instant middle finger, bro. Now that we kind of got the idea of two of the more, I guess I'll say, famous cases, we're gonna go to some spots to investigate some of the more popular theories, such as feral people, such as the cave systems, to figure out like what is the most likely, and maybe, you know, maybe we find some evidence of something. For all the theories that we went over, there were some interesting ones. I think it's possible that feral people could be at the origin of some of them. This last case we went over, we did get a lot of fog later on that just kind of appeared out of nowhere, but I don't don't personally think it'd be enough fog for someone to completely misstep and just not see anything and fall down the hill, and I feel like they would have been able to find her. It just wasn't completely adding up. So feral people was my best lead so far, and this could also tie into one of the most popular theories there are, which is the main one I want to look into, which is the cave theory.
Oh, I've seen some caves, boys. This right here is a cave. Wow. Oh, this is beautiful, actually.
Before we go in, here's what we're looking for, Arzu. There's two main conspiracies that I'm kind of looking into. One, drug deals. This is where people are doing drug deals and stuff away from the cops. Maybe people stumble onto that. Maybe we could right now. And then it's like, the other thing, which I think is also very believable, is trafficking. I could definitely like believe this, but not, I don't know, not on the scale of how many people go missing. Like, I'm sure it's happened before. I guess we're looking just for like anything. Maybe we find drugs. We find like a bag full of cash. Dude, I wouldn't even take it, I don't think.
Yeah, I would just leave it.
I'd be like, well, I didn't see anything. I'm sure if there were traffickers, they'd be at the end, right? Where you're the farthest, like there's no chance anyone hears you. Would it be pretty insane if we found like some shoes, kids' shoes or something?
That would be crazy.
Stuff like that has been found in caves before, but they're a lot more remote caves. Oh my gosh. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Big ass spider. It's the hole of doom and despair right there, bro. Oh, dude, that would be a perfect spot to hide something.
What you doing if you see a dealer?
Oh, what?
A drug dealer.
I think this would be the strat, to buy drugs from them. Because then you're just a customer.
Nah, they're gonna think you're a cop.
Excuse me, random sir in this cave, do you happen to sell drugs? I don't know if either one of these are realistic theories. Like, that's what I'm kind of trying to figure out. Like, this is a pretty big cave. I could definitely see hiding something in here.
It wouldn't have a big sign that says, here's the cocaine.
That'd be cool. We see a trail of white dust. and then we find a guy with white powder all over his nose, and he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. You know, actually, this is where I think something would be hidden. Under there, like on top. In order to find where they would hide the drugs, we have to become the drug dealer. Dude, this would be like a top 10 spot. This must be from like Bats or Birds or something. See how there's all those sticks and stuff?
Yeah.
Like, bro, I don't know how that even got down here. Oh my gosh, this is huge. I'm actually starting to see how people could get lost in here. Out of the two we're kind of looking into, what would be more realistic? People hiding their drugs in here? Or people doing human trafficking down here? I actually don't know how that would even work.
They wait until people come in here and then they just bang them over the head with something and then take them.
If I was like 15, dude, this would be like the coolest shit ever to go to. So it's like you and your other younger friends like probably go in here like alone. I think that's actually pretty likely. Oh, there's another small hole.
That's all you.
You know when you find a really good cave in Minecraft and it's just like, dude, you know you gotta go at some point, but it's just such like, you keep finding new areas and new loot. Like, that's how I feel right now. So we kept going further to try to get to the end because I had the feeling that the deeper in, the more likely there was to be anything, if there was, and I kind of just wanted to see if these theories were even realistic, because this is just one of thousands of caves. So if there was something weird in this one, then it's possible there would be even weirder stuff in a lot of others. Dude, I'm hyped to see this.
Dude, I heard something back here.
What?
Drug dealer, come out. I saw you already.
You know what else would be the perfect spot to do some mischievous activities? Where there's a lot of noise, so no one can hear you. Okay, I'm starting to believe the theories 10 times more. Like, look at areas like this. Okay, you gotta be close, bro. Oh, this is crazy. We're so high up. Holy shit.
What?
Be just really careful. It's like a cliff in front of us. Yeah, I'm like realizing if something happened right now, we're like actually done for. Because not only are we like 30 minutes deep into a massive cave, the cave is kind of in the middle of nowhere. Like a really small town, a little outside of a small town. Oh shit! Bro, this is getting serious, dude. There's a rope right here to climb down. Oh, there we go. That's cool. Sometimes where the light is the darkest,
in the deepest, darkest caves is where you find the most beautiful things with your homie. And then you two start making out. Ah! Well, this is kind of the end of the cave. If we were gonna see something crazy, probably would be over here. Okay, I'm gonna completely cross off the drug thing. I've been trying to think how that would make sense this whole time, and it just doesn't at all, like no part of it. The trafficking thing genuinely makes so much sense. Like, it's literally like you said, like if like a group of kids came down here, which like, who wouldn't? Like if when I was younger, this is some shit I would definitely go to. Something happens this deep in, we're like 30 minutes plus deep, like you're done for, you're cooked. Like there is no one that's gonna hear you. And this is one of the like more known caves. Like I'm thinking about like lesser known ones, like you're cooked. I think that's definitely a possibility for some of the disappearances. Probably not all of them. I think also people could just get lost down here. But the thing with someone getting lost down here is they would find them and they'd find their remains, which that doesn't happen for a lot of the missing cases. Okay, but that's the last theory. We've basically gone over all of them. To break down what I think actually happened,
I'm gonna just give my personal beliefs on this. For me, a lot of the theories go out the window simply because whether it's something like an animal, whether someone getting lost, all of those, with how big these search parties were and how long they went on for, I feel like there would have been some sort of evidence, whether it's a shoe or a shirt or literally anything found. So I feel like those don't make the most sense to me. As for the two big theories, the cave theory and feral people. Like I just discussed with the cave theory, I don't think the drug stuff makes that much sense. I do think the cave theory could be a reason for why a lot of people go missing in this area. I think there's probably groups of younger people that explore caves and maybe there's trafficking that takes place. But I don't think it's the reason for the cases we went over, and I don't think it's the reason for a lot of the missing cases. Off camera, I talked to someone who claimed to see feral people. I kind of just do believe in feral people. I do think there's some wild people out there, but do they eat people? Do they attack people? I don't even know about that. The Dennis Martin case really seems to lean that way. But once again, that can't possibly be responsible for all of them. I think it's just a mix of a lot of weird things in a very weird area. There's a lot of paranormal theories too, of creatures and ghosts, but there's never gonna be a way to really prove those. But guys, super quick.
Remember that time all those people raided Area 51?
well, we're doing that again.
But we're actually going to get answers.
We're getting answers! But how are we gonna make sure that we actually get answers? People actually show up to this?
Well, 115,000 people in my community already signed up to see this happen. At this point, all we need is numbers. We need you guys to come out and raid this place with us.
Every week, I will be recruiting more YouTubers to join us on the raid to Area 51.
And you guys are invited. Make sure you guys are subscribed to Gavin's channel because when he hits 3 million subscribers, we're dropping the date of the raid.